everyone. In the last 20 years, fires have caused massive damage, affected many lives, and caused huge material losses. Here are some of the most damaging fires in this period. The losses from the fires in California, which are situated in the United States, surpassed the $100 billion mark, and the death tolls reached 85. In 2018, California witnessed the destruction of houses, vehicles, as well as the extinction of forests and forest habitats, and the death of animals in the fires which will be remembered as the Camp Fire. Rehumanize in 2018. California was a land of many misfortunes, and the fires that year alone led to the United States losing $100 billion. This particular fire incident that swept through the 620 square kilometers area in California stands as one of the most disastrous fires in the history of California because it affected the entirety of 14,000 houses, over 500 businesses, and more than 4,300 buildings. Besides the material losses, unfortunately, these fires also resulted in the death of 85 people.
That sucks. I mean, people are going to lose their houses.
Heavenly Father, please help us. Please help us to be safe. I'm thankful for Jeremy and his willingness to be brave.
Fort McMurray, which is situated in Canada's western province, encountered the most destructive fire in its history. Almost 90,000 residents had to evacuate the area because of the fire, which also led to an estimated $9.9 billion in damages. This incident, among the longest-lasting wildfires ever recorded, swept off over 1,610 square kilometers. High temperatures shadowed by a high-pressure system were the primary factors that sustained the fire for a week and made it go as far as nearby cities with ash clouds. The region suffered a lot economically and socially as a result of it, which then influenced the people's lives in such an intense way that it was hard to deal with them. On June 14, 2017, the fire at the 24-story Grenfell Tower apartment building in the West Kensington district of London was recorded as one of the most devastating fires in British history. The fire began in a flat in the middle of the night and increased rapidly from a small fire in a flat to a fire which involved the whole building and was a catastrophic disaster. Above all, due to the fact that the materials of the cladding on the outside of the building were flammable, the tragic event, which claimed 72 lives, sparked a huge public outcry and sparked serious debates about building safety and fire precautions. Besides the material losses, the fire has been a source of great worry for those living in hundreds of similar buildings across the UK. fire, which has devastated Northern California, lasted more than 4 days. This fire, which expanded incredibly with the effect of the strong winds blowing, caused the death of 24 people and the destruction of 3,500 buildings. Calistoga Mayor Chris Canning made a statement declaring a state of emergency and called for evacuation because in order to control this expanding fire, the first thing to do was to fulfill life safety and to eliminate situations that could prevent possible intervention. "69,000 hectares of land were damaged by the fire, and after hundreds of people were not heard from, it was observed that human corpses consisting of ash and bones were found."
Obviously some are gone. Very smoky, very windy. This gentleman here is trying to protect this other structure on the other side from exposures. Doing a pretty good job. Losing battle though, these homes are going up pretty fast. So we got Cat Zero firefighter trying to keep the house fire from getting to the next one on this block. Several homes on fire, probably 20. Palisades. Houses burning. Looks like on the north side of the road. Lots of them.
Says the Orchard apartment complex was cleaned out across from the mobile home park. Task Force 2142. That's IC on
Think of the Amazon rainforests of Brazil as an area with a wet and humid structure which has a constant rainfall, where it is impossible for a fire to occur. But it is necessary to know that human-caused fires can often occur in such forests, and the cause of this fire was a human-caused fire that occurred between August 2018 and April 2019. 2,000 square kilometers of forest were destroyed, and some species were observed to be in danger of extinction. This fire was so big that the sky in northern Brazil was almost completely covered in black smoke. Woolsey fire started near a laboratory located between Los Angeles and Ventura counties on November 8, 2018. When the Santa Ana winds were at their strongest, the fire started to move south. The Santa Monica Mountains in the south were of great importance because they are a national recreation area with a shallow and vast forest. And this area witnessed the most frightening scenario. The fire quickly engulfed the Santa Monica Mountains and burned 100,000 acres to ashes. More than 21,000 acres of national park service land burned, representing 88% of NPS land. Most of western town at Paramount Ranch, the 1927 Peter Strauss Ranch House, the Rocky Oaks Ranger House and Museum Building, the Arroyo Sequit Ranger House, and much of the UCLA Lacretz Field Station were destroyed. On the evening of November 4th, 2017, strong winds in the region caused power lines to come into contact with each other. The resulting contact caused huge sparks and explosions that started an endless fire in the region. The fire lasted so long that it was moved to the next year's calendar. The 40-day fire was brought under control on January 12th, 2018, but the devastation it left behind was so great that it burned 281,893 acres and destroyed 1,063 houses. The damage to the region was estimated at $2.2 billion. This fire, which is one of the largest fires ever experienced in this region, has gone down in history as the largest fire in terms of destruction. Australia has witnessed the longest fire in its history. These fires lasted for almost a year and were caused by poor soil, lack of rainfall, and the dry season. The fire was so huge that it burned 243,000 square kilometers. Animals in the region perished. Attempts to bring the fire under control failed every time. And because of the extreme heat in the region and the flat geography, the fire spread so rapidly that hundreds of fires broke out in the south of the country. It was dubbed a megafire in the media for its duration and uncontrollable nature. More than 3,000 houses and buildings were destroyed, and more than 400 people lost their lives as a result of this fire. At its peak, air quality dropped to dangerous levels in all southern and eastern states, and smoke spread up to 11,000 kilometers across the South Pacific Ocean, affecting weather conditions on other continents. Satellite data reported that the carbon emissions from the fires amounted to about 715 million tons, indicating the extent to which the smoke from the fires was harmful to the environment and human life. This fire, which started in June 2019, was completely under control in May 2020. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to check out my other videos. For more interesting and incredible content, make sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.